Good morning, Jim, Deb, and Kevin, 602-95.5 WFMS.
Yeah.
Yesterday wasn't all that bad.
I wouldn't say that.
Look out for today. Well, 86, humidity was down. How about today? 95, humid. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So a good day to maybe stay inside. We'll talk about some popsicles, too, that we're going to be
absolutely
driving off to cool you off
The
tomorrow.
JDK popsicle drop.
Yep.
We've got details of that coming up. Also, to Luke Combs is coming to Cincinnati for a big show next August, and we want to send you there. We're going to play 3 and 30.
Well, it's a quick drive. Why not?
It's not bad at all. I'd make it like a weekend out of it or something.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoy it. 7:10, and we'll play a little 3 and 30, too. So a lot's going on this morning on this hot summer morning. We're right now 71.
Hayden said, by the time I get to my classes, I'm drenched in sweat.
No kidding.
It's like a 20-minute walk.
WFMS, 95.5. WFMS, Jim, Deb, and Kevin. I certainly hope we won't have a day like today.
Oh, I don't think you will.
September the 26th for the best one of Indy, the inaugural Jim Denny Invitational Golf Tournament. That's over a month away. It'll be cooler than that there, too. It's Gray Eagle Golf Club in Fishers.
I talked to a guy over the weekend, said he was planning on signing up.
Absolutely.
No, he was only a twosome, and I said, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Be a single, twosome,
Sure.
put a foursome together if you want.
You don't have to be an actual golfer. Maybe you've never played in your life.
Well, you got to have clubs.
Well,
you can't show up with no clubs.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like you're going to ride around on a golf cart.
Well, shoot.
Well, you
I guess I'm an
Deb
observer.
could.
I've
Deb
got
would be popular. Maybe you'd be the beer girl or something.
the beer girl.
Uh-oh.
Well, gee, thanks.
Well, you could be the beer dude. You drive around the cart and serve people up. Yeah, that's fun. You stay cool.
Hey, can I get tips?
Yeah, of course you do.
I want to be the guy that stands at the first hole and announces the golfers as they go up.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
All right.
And now from Noblesville, Indiana, here's Jim Denny.
Well, you're going to get one shot at it because it's a shotgun start.
Oh, that's right.
Everybody goes at the same time. Well, not from the same hole. That could be dangerous. But, yeah, listen, get signed up. There's food and drink that's involved in it. Got some great prizes you can win. Silent auction, too, to help Taffy's Senior Dog Rescue. Help some of those great dogs. Matter of fact, I'll be on with Patty Spittler this coming Saturday morning at around 9:30 on the Daybreak Show with the folks from Taffy's. And they're bringing a dog out, and we're going to talk about the golf outing. So sign up at WFMS.com. I'd love to have you there. Looking forward to the Jim Denny Invitational Golf Tournament. It is Tuesday, September 26th, Gray Eagle Golf Club in Fishers.
That is Big and Rich at 95.5 WFMS with Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
Tomorrow is going to be a hot day.
It's gonna be hot.
Popsicles would really come in handy. With the Jim, Deb, and Kevin popsicle truck.
Oh, you found the music for us.
Yeah, I tried to actually rent a truck. With a little cart stand.
Oh, yeah?
It was about $2,000.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I thought, you know what? A Yeti cooler works just fine.
I want to be inside an air-conditioned vehicle as we make this. What we're talking about is we're going to do our first ever JDK popsicle drop.
Yep.
You can go to our Facebook page and tell us where you are, and we'll just surprise
try to get
folks
over.
with boxes of popsicles.
Yeah, we won't get to everybody, but we're going to try and hit several stops along the way. So we'll do some random picks. So go to our Facebook page at WFMS. You'll see the popsicle little graphic there, and you can let us know where you work, where you'll be during the day.
Someone asked me yesterday, said, hey, this is fun, but will you do a hot chocolate drop during the winter? And I said, you know what? That's a good idea, too.
That is, too.
Wonderful idea.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll bring the marshmallows and all the toppings.
Yeah.
As I listen to this music, it's very repetitive.
Yeah.
And I used to think to myself, these ice cream people, they got to hear this all day.
Oh, they're probably losing it at one point.
Right. So,
I used to run like crazy, mad dash, just because I needed to get my money. Hooray! It's coming!
I know. And you're always worried they're going to drive away. They're not going to leave you. They want your money. They'll wait for you.
Exactly. So we'll be out there. So wait for us tomorrow.
No money required in this one, though.
That's right. It's free.
Yeah.
The country station, 95.5 WFMS, the wedding song, we like to call it. That's Parmalee.
You think I bet you're right.
Yeah. Well, they said that they've had many requests to have it performed. Yeah. You're listening to Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
So Winona Judd is coming to town in October. She announced yesterday that her tour will begin kickoff in Indianapolis.
Yeah,
Don't you love that? They pick us to kick off the tour. And it's an interesting tour because she's going to be singing songs from her first 2 albums.
The entire 2 albums.
Yeah, so more of a sing-along. You're going to know all the music.
Yep.
And she's gone through a lot here lately in her life.
Has.
It's good to see her back out again doing touring again.
I got to talk with her. In fact, I think it was a time where we all got offered to do an interview with her, and it was going to be like she was at her home.
Yep.
And we were going to interview her, and but something came up. You guys weren't able to be there, so I apologized when we first started talking, and I said, "Hey, the guys weren't able to join us," and she said, "You know what? I don't ever get to talk to just one woman."
And it went on for didn't you go
and
almost
then she
an hour?
Opened up. Yeah, usually you only get like 8 or 9 minutes, and we talked for almost an hour, and she was very vulnerable. And to this day, it is my favorite interview with an artist ever.
Right.
And I asked her if she could tell us one thing about herself that most of us may not know. And she paused for a second and she had this long sigh. And then this is what she said.
I go through this thing and it happened just the other day, where I get so frustrated, I'll say I'm not going. I'll get dressed and I will change like 4 times. Actually pretty painful. I got to work on it. I don't know if you've ever been there, but I have a performance anxiety.
Yeah, you've talked about that before.
Yeah, so I go through this thing and I've got to figure out a way to not do it, where I panic and I'll change and the thing I brought, it's not good enough. And I just go through this whole thing of, okay, I'm just not going. Yeah, but you're the one being honored. Well, I'm not going. I'll do it via satellite, like, an hour from now. I go through this thing where I just feel like, because I'm like 2 people, I'm the mom and the child of God. And then all of a sudden, oh no, you have to be the parade waver in the parade.
There are all these
and
expectations.
Like, yeah, but I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch. But then once I get there, you can't get me off.
Is it only with performing? What if you had just a party to go to?
I do it a lot, and I think a lot of it is due to the fact that I don't always think I have the most fashion sense. That's not my gift. My gift is singing, and my gift is laughing in people. I have a real problem with that whole fashion thing, and I don't feel like I fit in. It's like that feeling right before you go on a blind date. Mm-hmm. So I think people are surprised when they hear stuff like that, because they think I have people dressing me and sitting there going, oh, you look fabulous.
She's one of the first celebrity stars that came out and admitted that they have some anxieties. Now, there's been others since then. Kelsey Ballerini, others have pointed out that they deal with that. But I admire her strength for saying that, because it had been so easy for her just to continue to live in that part of her life, in the darkness of her life. But she said, I'm going to bring some light to it and share with others who can say, I too suffer from that.
Thing,
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that people assume because you are a celebrity and you probably have a staff of people that you don't have some of the problems that the rest of us do.
Right.
And I think what she was basically saying was she struggles being in the spotlight because she's not sure she fits in with how she's looking and her appearance with her fashion. And so I thought it was really refreshing.
And isn't it funny, because we don't see that. We see her on stage and think...
And she's hilarious.
She's great. She's an unbelievable singer, but they struggle with that. But anyway, I've always admired her for stepping out a few years ago and being the first celebrity that I knew of that actually admitted, hey, you know what? I deal with this, and you might be doing it too, so let's share it together.
Miranda Lambert shared that she has some social anxiety. She says, I'm a little shy in interviews, but I'm like a rock star on stage. Yeah. Social anxiety. I don't know if you remember Tucker Bethard.
Yeah.
He shared that with us. We did an interview in Vegas with him.
Carrie.
And he said, I'm a little shy. Carrie has panic attacks, Carrie Underwood. So it's interesting. You put a microphone in their hand and they kind of come to life on stage, but they struggle in different areas. So it was very vulnerable and not your usual interview. And so to this day is my favorite.
Just a couple girls chatting. 95.5 WFMS, Jim, Deb, and Kevin, and the time has come. Put a little laughter in your life with Kevin's bad joke worth repeating.
A little. That's the key word.
Yeah, very little. Sponsored by Hearing Solutions of Indiana. You've never heard like this before. When I was a kid, I prayed every night for a new bicycle. Then I learned the Lord doesn't work that way. So I stole a bicycle and then prayed for forgiveness.
Shoot. I don't think it works that way either.
No, it doesn't work that way either. So.
Kids, don't listen to Kevin. Bad influence. 95.5
WFMS, Jim, Deb, and Kevin. And Deb's got your daily dirt. What did Jennifer Aniston put on her face?
I don't know, but I can tell you right now, it's a no for me. And we'll share it. It's so weird. We'll share in about 30 seconds. First, this is scary. Drew Barrymore was speaking on stage in New York City when a weird guy came down the aisle and said, quote, "You know who I am. I need to see you at some point while I'm in New York." He was escorted out by security. Drew left the stage for a few minutes.
Did she know who
he was?
She
was a little rattled. No, she did not.
Oh, wow, that is weird.
So you just never know.
Nope.
So obviously something was not right there. Britney Spears and her soon-to-be ex, Sam, already split up their 5 dogs in their divorce. They had 5.
How do you do 5?
Well, Sam's only keeping the Doberman, so he's taking the one. What?
How do you split up 5 dogs?
Meaning among them.
Jim!
Oh, my gosh.
They each got 2.5 dogs.
No. you might have to be a little more intelligent to understand the story.
Well, that's it.
I meant among the 2 people.
Okay, but you made it sound like you get half. You get half.
No, she's keeping 4. She got more than half.
Oh, okay.
She's keeping 4, including the Australian Shepherd. He's taking just the Doberman. I work with morons.
Yeah, you got a whole dog.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim.
Jennifer Aniston revealed, listen to this story, guys. She revealed that she tried a salmon sperm facial. Just let that sink in for a second.
Yeah, they got all this stuff in the markets.
Yeah.
I have never heard of this.
Yeah.
I have never heard of it. And why would you want that?
Well, she is pretty.
Well, I don't care.
so-
Her face looks fine. You don't need a salmon sperm facial. She says she's not real sure it worked.
Well, there's a glowing endorsement. I'm not sure it really worked either. I bet it was expensive.
There's no way.
Yeah.
You couldn't pay me to do it.
Right.
It is 7:26. That's Deb's Daily Dirt. It's sponsored by Mark Dietel Realty. The country station, 95.5 WFMS. He told us if we eat Vegemite a few times, we'll eventually like it. I do not believe that's true, but that's okay. That's Keith Urban with Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
So I'm a sucker for dog stories, and Channel 13's website had this story about Patch the dog, and I had to click on it and read it. Patch is a dog who lost his owner in a hit-and-run crash in Tennessee earlier this year. He was actually found waiting on the porch after the crash.
Oh, geez.
So a Nashville shelter took him in. He's fine. Then they contacted Medical Mutts, which is an organization that trains service dogs right here in central Indiana. So Patch graduated after months of training and is now ready to meet his new family, a young man named Nicholas who has Down syndrome, lives here in central Indiana. According to Medical Mutts, the dog is trained to alert Nicholas's parents when he becomes anxious or upset because, again, he is nonverbal.
Right, okay.
Well, the first time Nicholas met Patch, Nicholas spoke.
Oh, my goodness.
Are you
Now,
kidding?
He does. He doesn't. He
Right.
does speak some, but he immediately right away warmed up to the dog. The dog warmed up to him. Shows you another example of the connection humans have with these pets.
Yeah.
That's why
It's
they have
amazing.
therapy pets.
That's exactly
Right.
right.
They make a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah. Patch the dog.
I mean, that is just a
Second
great
chance on
story.
life for him.
Yeah.
Helping out a young man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, because, the dog's, I'm sure the dog was saddened, and I don't know what the emotions are that he lost his owner.
Well, sure.
He was waiting on the porch for him to come home.
Right, to come home and all. But he found a new, what a great new life.
I love the
huh?
name, too, Patch.
Yeah, what a great story that is.
Yeah.
It's on Channel 13?
Yeah, Channel 13. It's on their website. You'll find it on there. But, Jim made me think of the golf outing that you're going to have here next month. It benefits Senior Pet Rescue.
Taffy Senior Dog Rescue. And
Yeah.
you see it all, and a lot of the dogs that do come in there have, they've lost their owners.
Yeah.
Through either they have to go into maybe an assisted living
Mm-hmm.
or else some of them pass away. So,
And these aren't highly trained dogs like Patch was.
No, but
They
Patch
just might be
probably wasn't initially, and then they trained him.
Right.
So,
But these are dogs that just might need somebody to pet them, to cuddle with them or whatever, because that's what their former owners did. But
absolutely.
yeah.
Well, yeah, that's it. What a great story, too. Taffy Senior Dog Rescue you're talking about. And the golf tournament is September 26th, and will benefit them, the Jim Denny Invitational there, too. So you'll be helping out a whole bunch of dogs.
And you go to WFMS.com, sign up right now. You can play golf with Jim Denny or around Jim Denny.
Right.
Next thing you know, you blink and they're gone. That is Jordan Davis. And next thing you know, at WFMS with Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
All right, my wife Andrea can no longer have food in her car.
Oh,
ever
no.
Again.
I know she's had a
What'd
problem with that
she
before.
do?
I told you a couple of weeks ago that she complained of a smell in her car, and turns out to be that she had some eggs that were left in there for 2 weeks in the
summer
back
days.
seat of the car.
Lovely.
So we had the car detailed. Everything's fine, great. Well, it seems we went to dinner the other night, and she didn't eat all of her meal. She does this a lot. Well, she takes home the meal.
Sure. Yeah.
Left it in the car. So we had chicken.
Oh, it's chicken?
And I think
yeah.
there was a chicken meal of some kind that was in a container. Began to smell pretty bad
Well,
in
and
this
of
kind of
course,
heat.
It's cooking. It's
It's
recooked.
recooked.
Yeah. And then we went to dinner last night to celebrate my brother-in-law's birthday, and she had a little to-go package
Right.
as well. And so when we left, sure enough, she's left it in the car again. So that's it. No more food in the car.
But she's not eating in the car.
Oh, no.
just
She's
forgetting to
leaving
take-
it in the car.
She's not taking her carry-out
So
in.
she puts it in the back seat, I would presume, and
Yep.
then gets out. And well, I've had that happen, too. So it's not just her.
But it's in the back seat with that, let's see, that bag that is supposed to go to Goodwill that's been sitting there for a couple weeks. There's a package that she was going to return to Target that's still sitting in the back seat. Yeah, so there's all those things as well. Deb's looking at me like this
I do
is my
this
fault.
all the time.
Deb's like, what's the problem, Kevin?
You know how I also don't always eat all of my my Power Bar? I usually
Yeah.
have a chocolate peanut butter Power Bar.
Yeah.
I sometimes only eat half of it, and then I wrap the rest up, and I'll leave it by the gear shift. And the other day I came out, and I was
that's
like,
nice.
oh, I
Yeah.
couldn't even finish that. It was just soupy,
Soupy.
so it melted completely. Yeah.
Okay, no eating in your car for you either.
Apparently
then, I
not.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that should be or at least put it up front. Because I have to do that with Mimi. I have to just put the food up front so you know it's there.
First of all, I'm a bit annoyed by the take home. Just eat the meal.
Well, if you're not hungry, you don't want to finish.
Well, then give it to me. I'll finish it for you.
Well, you should have finished what was in the back seat. 95.5 WFMS, Jim, Deb, and Kevin. Here it is Wednesday, but we're looking forward to Saturday, August 26th. Coming up here, it's the Beer, Bacon, Bourbon Festival. Sponsored by Payless Liquor. We've got all kinds of folks are going to be down here. We mentioned yesterday they stopped by and dropped off a little pizza from Ale Emporium.
It wasn't a little pizza, Jim.
And I was trying to be nice about that because it was a big old hunk of
Porky
pizza.
Pig.
Porky Pig.
I asked, I said, what's all on this? And he took a deep breath and said, bacon, Canadian ham,
bacon,
regular ham, and more bacon. And it's,
That fits right into the title of this festival there.
Yeah.
So there's going to be lots of the local beer companies down there. As I mentioned, restaurants with their bacon-infused food. St. Elmo's going to be a part of that. And I mentioned Ale Emporium, Blind Owl, Hoagies and Hops, and a whole host of others are going to be down there. Now, you do need to get a ticket.
Yeah, and they are going fast.
Yes.
And we're all going to be there. So we want to eat the pork and taste the bourbon. And can we do that if we're working?
Well, I think you have to.
I think it's required.
Certainly.
I like
the bacon.
This is the example of the two different people. Deb's like, I don't know if we should do that. Jim's like, we have to.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get in trouble.
There's no gray between the two of you guys. It's Deb. I don't think we can because we'll get in trouble.
It's in the title.
We're working.
It's right
Jim's
there.
like, I'm there.
Well, you got to get your tickets at WFMS.com.
Okay, that's Saturday. It's this coming Saturday on Bullseye Event Center.
It's 11 to 3, by the way.
He's lost how much weight has this guy lost? Like a pound a day.
He said 23 pounds so far, but he's not done.
That's jelly rolls, turning his life around and eating healthier these days.
Yeah.
With Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
So we were talking that Indianapolis is making lists, and this is the list that we want to hear about.
We want to be on this one, yeah. It is the 14th best city in America if you like to thrift shop.
Thrift shop.
Now, to me, thrift shopping means buying kind of some junky stuff, but no, thrift shopping is very in.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
we're not talking Goodwill, and there's nothing wrong with Goodwill. I got a dress that I actually wore to a special occasion at Goodwill before, and it still had the tags on it. But this is more where you're going to
It's artsy.
specialty shops or boutiques, and they have some really nice things, but at discounted prices.
Right,
So one of those would be like Broad Ripple Village, or there's one called Retro Metro, yes, where you can get some really nice clothing. I've been to this one, the Corner Bazaar on East 52nd Street. The Toggery is well known in Broad Ripple Avenue.
There's a bunch, yeah.
The Vintage Gypsy.
And that's just clothing.
That's
the
just for
article goes
clothing.
on, talks about there's furniture,
Kitchenware,
all kinds of stuff that you can be buying.
jewelry.
That is thrift. My daughter, Stephanie, is really into this. She
For clothing mostly?
for clothing, she would like to think that she's not going to buy anything new, if at all possible.
Well,
and her
sure.
stuff is very fashionable and stylish. But yeah.
I love a bargain. I want to say she might have gotten her CMA dress
Yes, she did.
at one of the
At
thrift shops.
Yeah, she did.
So Indianapolis, 14th best city in America for thrift shopping. So New York City was number 1, LA 2, but I think we're right behind or right above Miami.
Miami
Right.
and Denver, right between those two. So.
I never think to go there off the top of my head, but when I have gone and thinking, I'm going to go to a thrift store, I go in, there's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find some nice suits. Remember, I was looking for a white jacket, and I should have gone to one of the thrift stores to see if they have them there.
I saw a designer purses like a Tory Burch.
I don't know what that is, but it
you
sounds
would, but a
expensive.
really nice purse.
Not at the thrift store.
But you don't have to pay full price, and they're always in really good condition. They've cleaned them up very well, and then you get it marked down. So
Shoes, you can get shoes there.
yep.
Yeah.
One of my favorite pairs of jeans that I have, I got from.
Oh, that's right. You brag about those.
Yeah.
That's right. You know what? Someone special is having a birthday tomorrow. Kevin, maybe we ought to run by a thrift store and pick up something really nice for someone special.
Oh well, I don't know about that.
Is it her birthday tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
I think after 50, you don't celebrate them anymore.
I forgot your
Oh,
birthday.
thank goodness.
Got
Never
that
mind.
on tape.
Never mind that thrift store.
Got that on tape. We're good.
Hey now.